Ionavation. We out in New Rochelle, Ionavation. Moving with Intel, Ionavation. Now we in the groove.
Hello, Ionavators. Welcome back to the Ionavation Podcast. I'm your host, Jordan Hill. I am a business marketing major here at Iona College. I am joined with my co-host today.
Hey, it's Juan Cadile. I'm a computer science major here at Iona College.
All right. Thank you, Juan. So today our guest is Kobe Washington. Kobe is a senior here at Iona College who has ventured into his own entrepreneurial path. Through quarantine, Kobe has been very active in running his business, the Eccentric Print. In this podcast, we are going to get deep into his entrepreneurial venture. Welcome, Kobe.
Thank you guys for having me.
No problem. I'm actually really excited to have you on this podcast just because I've been watching you through social media a lot, and I'm a huge social media marketing kind of business kind of guy. I love when people market their stuff through social media, and I feel like you've been doing that a lot. So my first question to you basically is, what is Eccentric Print and what is your brand? From the CEO himself, what do you say is this brand?
Well, the Eccentric Print in simple terms is just again, the word eccentric itself, it just means different. It's I don't know. Eccentric is more than different. It's just you stand out no matter what you're doing or whatever it is. So when it comes to fashion, is one thing that people always say, "Oh, Kobe, you have eccentric fashion, you have eccentric taste, this and that." And they said it to me when I was younger. I never understood what that meant. I'm just that's stupid. What does that mean?
Yeah.
And then I just started to embody it because I was why do I want to be the same as everyone else? I want to be different. So then I was I know people hate having clothes that everyone else has, because one thing about me, fashionably, I hate repeating outfits because to me it's just I don't know, not creative. I know it happens, but I try to switch every once in a while. So when I can't, it's I don't feel eccentric. So I just decided, dedicate my company and my passion into having clothes, having everything that's different and that people can speak to because they haven't seen it on Fashion Nova, they haven't seen it on this yet, or
yeah. No, definitely. So, since you're a clothing brand, very fashion friendly. I see you around with the dopest fits all the time. Do you have any inspirations of any entrepreneurs in the fashion industry in general?
Okay, and this is where I'm eccentric weird. I don't really watch people and pay attention to their lives and worry about what they're doing. It is always, of course, people that I look to. I'm oh, I just want to be bossed up like them. For instance, talk about entrepreneurs, Gary V. I love him to death. He's everything. I want to be a business person. He's blunt.
Yes.
He doesn't care. He's himself, and I love that. And he taught me a lot about self-awareness.
Yes.
So, that's one thing that I It's funny because on my journey to being more self-aware is when I found somebody that was talking a lot about self-awareness, and then he's an entrepreneur too. And he's successful, Fortune 500, all this. So I'm I'm definitely interested in that.
Yeah.
And then even though I'm not into music, I have musical backgrounds and stuff, I always pay attention to celebrities and artists like that.
Yeah.
So, Nicki Minaj, being that I find women being in power a lot more attractive and honoring than men being in power, because it's so again, men is the same, it's regular, you see it every single day, it's not special to me anymore. So seeing a woman that can walk in a room and be able to shut down a man, kind of like Kamala Harris, it's attractive to me. So I just look to strong-minded people who can defend themselves and not be scared to back away from a fight or anything that they believe that they want.
Yeah.
Kobe, what made you get into fashion?
Going to private school,
ooh, that's huge.
Yeah, my whole entire life, I've never been public school. So my whole entire life since kindergarten, it's just been uniform, looking everything else. And you can't even wear every once in a while you have to pay to have a dress down day. You have to pay them to wear their clothes.
Yeah, I remember those. I went to Catholic school as well, and I remember I would have to pay $5 to wear clothes. But that day, I would go really hard and wear my favorite clothing.
Exactly. But even like that, it was even when we could wear whatever we wanted, they would try to limit it. Oh, you can't wear skulls in your clothes because all this weird and like, okay, I'm not gonna be offensive, but to me, weird stuff. So it's like that really again suppressed somebody. So when you back someone into a corner, it's just a matter of time before they're gonna boom, explode and want to do what they want to do. So instead of again being completely rogue and getting myself in trouble, I just said, I'm gonna just dedicate my life to do what I want to do because it's not the environment for me, and I'm gonna just again go into being where I want to be.
No, I definitely do agree. When being deprived of something like that, you want to express yourself even more.
Exactly, it's toxic, especially for like all your life.
No, yeah, for real. It's like you don't even get to develop your own fashion sense. But yes, so this next question that we want to ask Juan, I think you're better off asking this question because this is a good entrepreneurial question. So I'll let you take over this one.
Sure. So the question is, how long have you been thinking about, starting your business, and when did you actually decide and started acting on your venture?
I've been thinking about it. It sounds crazy, like honestly, forever, but it just seems never attainable. It's like, oh, you taught in school, you taught everywhere. You have to construct, you have to, be normal. You have to go to college, get your degree. You have to get a good job that pays you well. You have to get, everything that's normal. So like, in my head, it was never possible. Even though, like again, my dad's a businessman, successful. Like my mom's a businesswoman, successful in their own ways. I saw them, but I'm like, I don't know how you guys did that. It's different. Because, like I don't know. Like seem fake. Like,
I know.
Like, how'd you guys do this? Like, it makes no sense. And then, like, I started again when I was 16 doing like modeling, brand ambassadoring, like, and not going for like the contracts, like, the big ones, just going for like, all right, small, like get my resume up, get some experience in it, because even at that, I didn't think that I can get to New York Fashion Week or something like that, So there was, something like completely out of like my brain range. But I would definitely say I started like last year with my first company called Toxic Ink, but I didn't really go anywhere with that because again, I was passionate. There was so many other things in life going on, so it was really more so a distraction than passion. And that's what I think that anything you should do. So I decided to start my company in May because Donald Trump sent the stimulus check, so I took 600 of that and I decided to put into a company. I was like, let me try it, but I don't want to, and I had to spend some of it on myself. I was like,
of course, but invest.
But then I was like, let me see what I can do with the other ones. Because again, I've never really invested into myself. Like, I've done like, again, some modeling, brand ambassador, there's some little things. I've never bit a bullet and took my own company and said, listen, this is like me. So yeah, I started in May, and then like that's when I started productions, getting some pieces made and so on and so forth. And then the official launch of the website was June 27th.
Beautiful. No, yeah. So where, just because it is new, where do you see, like in the future, where do you see this going, just in general, as a, in the fashion industry, just like what type of people do you see wearing your clothes, like in the future? Do you see it in stores? Like, where do you see this company just going in general? Because I see this going pretty far, honestly, just because I think it's unique.
I see it everywhere. Like, that's like, I don't want to limit myself because that's like not fair to myself or fair to anyone else. Like, I don't have a specific person that wears my clothes either. I just don't want someone that's not, I don't know. You're not the person that I would choose to hang out with or identify with because you don't have like, not saying the same morals as me, but like in a sense of like human beings and how you like view the world, you're more so like, oh, you have to do this, you have to do this. If you don't, you're weird or something like that. Those people don't wear my clothes, don't come in my clothes. Like, again, seeing that, 4 months in, I already have like, some celebrity clients. I have New York Fashion Week under my belt. Like some things that people who've been in the game for 10 plus years can never say. It's like, I definitely see myself being, well, past Fashion Nova, past Pretty Little Things, like an actual company that makes quality luxury clothes. That's not just like, oh, I can order this online. It comes in like a day, and it's like I can wear it once and then it starts ripping. Like, no, I want you to be able to wear this and have longevity. Like, again, any good artist has longevity. You can play a song from 10 years ago, and it still slaps today. I want you to be able to have my jacket from 10 years ago and wear that and be like, yo, did that come out? Did it come out?
Yep.
No, that's what I like.
Yeah, that's huge. Juan, do you have anything to add?
I have another question. Because Kobe, before we started recording, you were telling me how you switched your major.
Yeah.
You want to tell us a little bit about what motivated that?
Yeah. So I came into college actually freshman year, pre-med major. I was like, biology. I'm gonna get this doctor. I'm gonna get that money. Get myself away from the less secure path, because again, doctors and lawyers have a straight line path pretty much. It doesn't really fluctuate, out of the question. But then biology class kicked my butt, so I was like, yeah, no, psychology.
Yep.
I love psychology because I always felt like I was good at reading people and like understanding situations that I've never been in. So I was like, okay, I love psychology. I'm writing with that, and it's again not that I hate doing work, but I hate doing work that I'm not passionate about, that I'm not running to my computer to do, that I'm not,
Yeah.
Like, I remember to do it, but it's like I'm not happy, like, going in and doing it.
Yeah.
And then I took I took my first entrepreneurship class, first business class sophomore year, and it was all right. It was just like, cool. So I took 2 entrepreneurship classes with Professor Desiree Pearson, and she's just the absolute best. So if anyone's going to be taking classes, definitely sign up for her, because like, she's amazing. And that really made me fall in love with the class. And in that class, even though we were doing work, it felt like no work, and I was getting like A's and B's. And I came out of the class with an A to B without trying in my head. So I was like, all right. So
normally, like I say, like when people do well in that, like in these entrepreneurship classes, I'm like, I think it's because they're interactive, and they activate your creative mind like every time, no matter what. So that's why I'm like, when you said, it was easy, but it's like, I think naturally you have that creative mindset.
Yeah.
So to you, it becomes easy.
What I figured out was clicking for me, because when I got here, I was telling Juan, there wasn't entrepreneurship, innovation, anything. It didn't exist. It was only the business school. So you have to go to business school and ride with that. And I was like, I'm not doing that, because I'm pretty sure you have to graduate with more credits, and I don't like school. So it wasn't going to happen for me. And then and they had this, and I was like, but maybe I'd make it a minor. But psychology, again, so many courses and so many other aspects of like math. I hate math, can't do it. Besides counting money and reading algorithms on the website, it don't matter to me. But like, statistics, this semester I had to drop it, because I was like, this is gonna kill me. Like, I will graduate late, and I don't want to do that. I'm ready to like get out of here on time, like all these other things. So it's like, I had to do with what's best for me.
Yeah.
Drives me.
Kobe, I appreciate it once again for coming on this podcast. You've dropped a lot of knowledge on us and just a lot of wisdom in general. So thank you. If you have any social medias you would like to, that they can contact you on, or just anything that they can continue to follow you in your journey on, shout them out right now.
You can follow me on my Instagram at The Real Kobe Wash, and follow my company, obviously, at the Eccentric Print, or you can follow my podcast too at the Eccentric Show.
Yes.
All the same, pretty much, EC,
Nice brand. So you guys can follow Hynes on all social medias at the Hynes Institute. So today we'll be logging off in English. So goodbye.
Bye.
We innovating, no debating, we creating. Ionavators in our lane, never hating. We just worry about us and what we do. Ionavation Podcast show, get in tune.